face-to-face class doesn't have recording one. Make sure you pay attention. This one, daydreaming and watch video later. Bring down a bit. Okay. Make it a good habit anyhow. This one, make it a good habit so that you don't have any problem in the exam Don't cry in the exam. So we just need to look at what we need to do. This is connecting a router to a LAN. So they have a lot of settings not yet done. So this is you speed up. Nothing happen. Even I put simulation. They did not have anything, but the router already start to communicate, but stuck there. They cannot walk out because all the thing is not set up. You just need to set up the thing, just like your assignment. And then we have this table there. You just follow this table to set up the thing. So let's think. You have three things. Display router information, configure router interface, and verify the configuration. So the display router information got a few code the show IP interface brief, then the show IP interface, what interface was G00. Then after that, I have a show interface G00. Three basic things there. Then after that, they can help you to troubleshoot. They can display a lot of things. You can also show running config, show startup config. They are different. The startup config is the one that you already saved. Running config is the one that you now running. You already set it up, but you not yet save. If they are the same, that means you already saved it. Then verify the configuration. We can use show running config and show startup config. And configure router interface is the one that we do every time. I put the IP address, put no shut. Then after they put all the password, line console password, enable password. Then I think no IP in domain lookup, the one that stop you from IP before translating. Logging synchronous, service password encryption. Then beside the line console 0, we also have the line VTY that allow you to set up the router or switch without involve the console cable using those this type of data cable quite a lot we go to it. Then the easiest one actually I just want to see that they will ask you to display all the information including the routing table but the routing table now is very empty if you go in, the routing table definitely is empty because what's the password? Okay, console password is Cisco. They already have password there, class. Okay, they have Cisco and class here. So after that, I actually can show the running conflict. So this is in the memory one. Then if I reset, will be gone. Okay, so they have all the settings. Already have service password. Then I also can show the startup config. The one that what is it? Okay, so let's save it. Okay, save already. Then I can show the startup config. Startup config. Okay, you have this thing. You save just now I save already. They add some bugs there also. But make sure the save must be at the last stage Don't you early save already. You thought it's saved already. Then all the setting they load the one day without setting anything. The save normally should be the last step. Not normally must be the last step so that everything you do really be saved You don't save your Microsoft if when you start a file, then after you type a lot of things already, then you close it. You say don't need to save because I saved early already. So this is not I don't think this is an issue unless you don't have common sense. This is really common sense. The whole world also the same one. Open a Microsoft, save already, then you type a lot of things, then don't you save because early I already saved. Then this one will I think the a bit. So you don't go for this. It's same as this one R1, and what you save actually is inside the R1 only. The other did not touch. And it's different from you saving this one because this is a simulation tool that saves the whole design there. But in the real equipment, definitely every device they need to save separately. Very important. Don't forget about this or else you go and work outside, your boss will kill you. Your boss definitely will kill you. I said all the thing already. Then, sir, done. Boss, done. Yeah, good job, good job. Do you save? No. Then you will see a long silent there. Okay. So okay. Then I can also got a lot of other things like show IP interface brief. They will show you all the port inside. All the port inside. Quite a lot of port. 2 serial port, 2 giga port, 2 fast Ethernet port. or the port with whether the IP is assigned. They're actually very hard to read, right? If you maximize this one, it's easier to read. You see that they have two status, protocol up, status up, protocol up. So they have two up there. You need to take a look. Okay, some of them is protocol up. Okay, so besides the show IP interface brief, also I can show IP interface, whatever port you want to show. Z00, okay, let's go for G, but I think only S00 got setting, so I put S000. They will show more detail of the protocol, including the subnet mask, because normally the brief one don't have the subnet mask, even with the address. Subnet mask, whether important, correct or not, is quite important also, or else you will see overlapping those things. Okay, then the second command already. The third command will be show without the IP interface. S000 is different. Also, three command there. I will show you. This is displays interface information on R1. Got a lot. You can see that they have a bandwidth, MTU. Okay, quite a lot of things. Encapsulation is HDLC because they don't have a MAC address one. Serial is not a RJ45 port. They use the encapsulation HDLC to translate the data. Don't have MAC address, okay? Because as serial, but if it's not serial, then actually G1 they will have a MAC address. So they will have a MAC address here. Notice that this is something well noted. So and let's answer the question they are trying to do it. Which command display the statistic for all interface configured on the router is I think it's this one. Show IP interface brief. Okay, done already. Which command display the information about the serial interface only? Then we have this one. No, this one S00 also can. And after that, we have a show IP interface S000 also can. They have two. So you can compare which one. What is the different? They actually got different the data they show. So enter the command to display the statistic for serial interface. What is the IP address configured on R1? For serial, okay, serial one. Show IP interface S00. So where's the IP address is here, 209.165.200.225. So bandwidth, the bandwidth. Let's go for the bandwidth. Let's go for bandwidth. Bandwidth is not inside here. Bandwidth is not inside here. Never mind. If bandwidth is not inside here, I delete the IP here. Then actually they will tell me the bandwidth. 1158. No, the bandwidth is this one. 1544 kilobit. 1154 kilobit is about 1.5 megabit. Bit, not byte. So you see that bandwidth is here. This is a maximum transmission unit. Then anything? Oh, this is available. This is some of them is used up already. Okay. So then we want to have a command to show the statistic for G00. Show IP G00. Okay. So what's the IP address? Do this one have IP address? No. So I need the IP there. Yeah, definitely. If without the IP, they don't show IP address. So they are different. So let's go for the IP address. IP address is no, we're not yet set. We're not yet set. We are going to set later. We're not yet set. Actually, you can see that when you show IP interface brief, you already know this is not set yet. You see that. So what's the bandwidth of G00? Okay, the bandwidth. So IP interface G00 administrator down. My protocol down. If you don't allow me, let's go for this one. What is the bandwidth? Do we have? Bandwidth is 1 million kilobit. That's mean 1 gigabit. 1 gigabit. 1 gigabit. Okay, so display the summaries of R1. This is show IP interface brief. Quickly show IP interface brief. Every device here they show here. I actually can make it larger. So every device is here. So how many serial interface are on R1? This is R1. 2 serial interface. I think R2 also the same, but anyhow, we go and see the R2. Go and see the R2 during time there. See the R2. So let's go plus show IP interface with. So also send two thing. So how many Ethernet device are Ethernet device? For R2, I think it's 2 Ethernet device. Yep, 2 Ethernet device. Only lah. So and it's gigabit one. Then you go for R1, the Ethernet device is how many? They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. 6 Ethernet device. They all are Ethernet because Ethernet is here. So are the Ethernet device on R1 the same? No. Why? Because the fast Ethernet one is a slow one. Although they have the name fast, they are slower one. They are gigabit one is a 1 GB one. You go and see the bandwidth, you know lah. Because this is the G1 is 1 million kilobit. But if you go for the show interface F010, then you will see that their bandwidth is they're even half duplex of one now. Okay, so their bandwidth, no bandwidth. Sorry, I think I forgot done something already. So show IP interface. So the bandwidth will be okay. Cannot show that they are administrated now. They don't let me to show it. But definitely, if you can check, on the internet, anyhow, in case we have the thing. So okay, fast Ethernet port bandwidth, bandwidth. They have lah. I think it's 10 times slower than 10 times slower than that. Just now it's a 1 bit, right? The 0.1 bit like 100 megabit. This is 1000 megabps. Then the fast Ethernet most probably is 100. 100, yeah. A lot of time is 100 megabps. So and why? If you notice that some of the extra thing I want to tell you, normally switch or a lot of port that connect to PC or is fast Ethernet one, and connect to the router will be gigabit Ethernet. Why? Because you can imagine that the switch will connect to 100 of PC, not 100 this one maybe 10 or 20 of the PC and 10 or 20 of PC. After that they go through one road to go to R2. That means 100 fast Ethernet, 100 meg. No, 10 fast Ethernet is each of them 100 meg. Let's say we run at maximum bandwidth. When they reach here only one road only. Definitely the highway should be broader. It's considered as a highway. They get 5 to 10 computer connect to this switch, and after that, this switch use one cable to connect that one router. So if all the highway are the same, then definitely they will jam here. 10 highway go to this one become one. So the jam is there already, and it will jam forever. I will tell you, it look very serious. And that's why this line definitely is a gigabit, and others should be a fast Ethernet. So they are very normal road go to highway, so they won't have a very serious bottleneck issue. This is something I would say common sense also. Okay, so this is something extra I want to tell you. Okay, so display the routing table on R1. This is show IP route. The thing, show IP route. Nothing to show one because they only have one local connection only between these two things. This is not set, done, nor Taiwan, not yet. So later we will need to show IP route again after we configure all the things. So we see the changes of the routing table. They'll tell you which is the best road to go to anywhere. And I think this one also have a ERGRP built in. So this means they will automatic. If I go to simulation, when I press it, they will automatic translate something even I did not do anything. So they have a ERGRP built in. So after we program already, I think the ERGRP will show us some dynamic one, not the static that we program it to be fixed. Dynamic one is the exchange information between these two routers to get all the info that they were sharing. They are most probably local connected subnet. Because this one, R1, they have their own local connector. After connected, not yet connected because we not yet program. Let's assume we already programmed already. They have a 1, 2, or 3 local connector network. Then they have also two remote. And how they know this is two remote? They know it through R2, when R2 will need to share to R1 through the routing protocol. And R2 also the same. They have three local one. This LAN local, this local LAN, and this local LAN. So they have three also. They have three C after program either. Now we only got one C because it's just these two is connected. Only one subnet here. So and you see this is the design /30 because it's they need two usable. You give them 4 given. So this is the idea. This is the idea. Okay. I hope you get the idea. And you actually what is C? Actually, you need to know C is connected, directly connected. Then after that, L is local, and L is local. And what is different between C and L? Actually, C is the subnet plus subnet mask. L a lot of time is the IP address already. So actually, L is the sub inside the C. Because if you follow this one C right /30, then the usable only have two IP. One is 209.165.200.225, and the other one is 209.165.200.226. So you see that 225 is one of it. It's actually, you can, if they have a plus sign, you can just close it, you see only C. And you plus, pick the plus, you see how many L are there. But since this is /30, only 2L possible, but 2L possible, definitely. But normally they don't show the counterpart because the counterpart is here. It's here. You only have one IP here. So this is the thing. If you are /24, then that means the one C here can have actually 254 L. If you connect to 254 computer for this subnet. So you need to know that. So C is more important than this is the subnet mask. No, this is the network address, and this is the subnet mask. And in L actually it's IP address, and definitely since it's IP address, all cannot change fixed one. It's /32. So you cannot change anything at all. So this is the idea. All fixed already. All 32-bit is fixed. Okay. So how many route are used? Only one. And which route is listed? Only one. But after program already, after you set up all the IP address, then definitely they will have more. Later I will show you again. So how does a router handle a packet destination for packet that is not listed in the routing table? Most likely drop it, or maybe he will forward if you have a last resort gateway set. They will forward to there. Then most likely is another router. Then the other router will process it until totally cannot find already or not program already. They will drop the packet. Then to ensure they did not drop the packet, a lot of time we will program router with some routing protocol so that they will exchange information. Since they will frequently exchange information, then all the router connect together, keep on exchanging information. Then definitely we have all the they will become the internet. Then we will know all how to reach everyone in this world. So even if let's say if I want to connect to US Google server, most probably I only go through maximum I think 15 to 16 router. So that's why if they can program to be share information between them, then definitely I can reach the whole world. So if we are not convincing, actually we can try one. We can try one. If we this is the real one. This is not packet tracer. So how many routers between me and Google? Okay, not this is not Google Malaysia. This is Google US. Google US. The main is Google anyhow. But a lot of time they have mirror not really will be in KL But I think most of it not in Malaysia. So how many hop I reach the Google? You just look at it, 3 hop, 4 hop, 5 hop. Then this is how the internet work. 5 hop, 6 hop. They already tell you a maximum 30 hop. They won't go there already. That means less than 30 hop you can reach the whole world already. If they are more than 30 hop, you cannot reach them anymore. So only 8 hop, and actually the first hop is my modem. So you see that this is the idea of this thing. They exchange information using the dynamic protocol, not the static one that you need to program it every time and fix it. They just exchange information, which one is the best road, which one is the best road to reach for. So okay. So then we go to part 2. They do go for all the configuration. Then we go for the R1. We go for the R1. So they want you to do interface G00. Actually, no, you should go to configure terminal. Sorry, yeah. Interface G00, you go inside there already. Then you do the IP address 192.168 dot 10.1.255.255.255.0. Remember to put no shut there. Remember to put no shut there. It's a must, but they already have no shut. Okay. Real time this. Okay. So, and if you're asking me how do you get this IP address, those things, if they did not give you the IP address, the IP address is on top, on top. But some of them they already programmed for you, they already set up for you. Actually, you can try to see which one you not yet set up. So now you're already done with the Japi Internet, then you have a G01 not yet set up. So the DTE, DCE, our scope also, we will talk about it later. Okay, so we have a 01 not yet set up. I also do it, INT01. So the IP address is IP address 192.168.11.1. Okay, so 255.255 class C as well. Okay, so and I put a no shut there, put a no shut there. So there you activate. So I have to see anything. Is it all class C? Oh yeah, all class C except this DTE DC here. So I will definitely will go to the R2 to take a look on how much they do it. So anything they already set. So same thing the G00 and G01 not yet set. So I'm needed to set it up, but serially done. Serially done. So just go to configure terminal interface. G00. So I have an IP address of this is 10.1.1.1 255.255.255.0. Okay. So remember to no shut. Okay, then interface G01. IP address 10.1.2.1 255.255.255.0. There is no shut also. Okay, then R2 also done. Then we have a PC 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 desktop. Is it set already? 3. Okay, everything are they default gateway correct? Okay, correct. So PC4, I think they also set already. It should be. Yeah, the PC4 also set already. PC2, I think it's also set already. So PC3, okay. So they set already only PC1, I think. Because if you follow the sequence, they will go PC1 setting. They will tell you which one to set. You don't really need to check like me. Because I'm following this initial table. 10.10, 255.255.0. Okay. Even PC1 also set already. Okay. Nothing to say. So we go back to the part 2. We go back to the part 2. You already set out all the thing already. Follow this step. Oh, they want a description. Okay, no problem. Then description, you just follow them. If they it's a description. Description means just to describe just like your programming description. So this is G00 then S1. Then S1 is G00. Actually, I can use option preference to show port. So it's G0. Cannot see. So we go for S1. Let's go for the R1. Actually, I can do it again. To show IP interface brief. So student may ask me why you put a do there. So if you are I will say if you are at this stage, right? This stage is this one with the hash there, R1 hash. You just need to show IP interface brief. Okay. But if you already go into the configure terminal, then after that you type show IP interface brief. They don't do you one. So you need to add a do in front. In case you are not at that screen, you need to do. They allow you to. Don't need to go out to do all these commands. I need something extra. So I have set up all the thing already. Then 10.0. Okay, let's go for 10.0. 10.0 is G00, 10.0 is G00 is this subnet. So I will interface G00. So description, we have something a description. Then what do you want to describe? Follow the I don't need this one. I think I immediately paste it. The description is a command. Then LAN connection to LAN connection to the S1 is the description. Just enter that. So actually you can do show interface G00. That actually will tell you some of the info there. Description LAN connection to S1. Just a name to label to make sure you don't confuse when you have too many things to set up already. You look at the description, you know what is that. Especially in real world, possibly you don't have this layout on hand, or you cannot imagine that thing. Oh, a device full with computer. You are not packet tracer, can see this stuff thing. This is quite important. So this is something that most probably is worth to do it, although it's just a plain description. Then R1 should be able to ping PC1. So we just go to ping 192.168.10.10. Sorry. So 4/5. We run it again. I think it will be 5/5. So can ping. So no problem. Then you configure the remaining gigabit internet on R1, R2, which I already done. Enter the IP address, activate the interface. Then description. Okay. So R2 also needs some description. So we go there. Okay. What is the description? I don't think they will have a description. Description. Yeah. I don't think they have a description there because they don't tell you the description. That means they don't allow in the mark. They don't put in the marks because they must be exactly the same one. If the exam one you put description, they will tell you exactly what is the description. If they simply give you something, then most probably the lecturer need to manual mark it. Most probably no. So in the R1, then definitely I just enter it. Doesn't matter. I just end here. Go outside. I better save it. I better save it, because I already changed all the correct one already. Then the R2, actually the one that I actually missing is actually saving. I forget to save. Okay, so I have saved both already. Then I should have a full marks there. Yeah, I have a full marks here already, 100%. 54/54. Then we will continue. We will continue with the configuration. We actually done already. Then back up the configuration to environment. This is save it. You save it. This is same as copy running config to start config. Same one. It's the same one. I just use the shortcut WR to do so. Okay, then we verify the configuration. How to do it? A lot of things to verify. Just show IP interface brief. Just now 3 steps I show you. Show IP interface brief. Then show IP interface G00. Okay. Then after that, you have a show interface G00. Take a look on that. Then you have a show running config. See, you set already your running config and start config is the same. So you can also show your start config. Then after that, they have something that very different. The show IP route different already. You see that they have so many things there. They have a lot of things there already. They have this very hard to read. Okay, hard to read. You see that we have a D there. D means ERGRP, the routing protocol, dynamic routing protocol. Then they have already connected 1, 2, 3 still the same. The everyday program already definitely 3 because if you look at the layout 1, 2, 3 local. For R1 also the same 1, 2, 3 local, and they have 2 remote for R1 and also 2 remote for R2 is these 2. So the remote one definitely need the ERGRP, need the D ERGRP for you to set up. For you to set up, then they have a D there, and the D they will tell you you need to go here. So you need to go through this IP address. This IP address 225. This is R2. R2 actually here is 226. 226. Actually, I can show the IP interface brief. Show IP interface brief. Your port here in here is serial one is 226. So that means you want to reach here, you need to go to 225. Go through this port in another router. That's why we are using IP address. So we can show IP route here. So they just give you summary lah. You want to go this one is directly connected lah. L is their equipment you don't care. C, then this one C also, this one C also. But if you want to go to the 192, you need to go through the serial 000 and here reach this IP number 209.165.200.225. And this one got a matrix number and also no, this is administrative distance, and this is the matrix which later we will learn in the theory. Normally lower the better, because sometimes in your router you have two ways to go to same destination, and which way you choose, they are based on this one, AD, administrative distance, and also the metric. The lower the better. So they will choose the best one. And then we also have some calculation that allow us to have double road to reach the same destination, so to ensure that if one of them down, we still can reach them. So this is needed. Okay, so we are continuing with the theory. We continue with the theory. Let's go ahead. How many C you see on each router? They are mirror so I assume both of them have 3C You just calculate it 3C. Maximize it. Then put here 1C, 2C, 3C. We seldom call L because L is host. Then they have a few hundred. So how many ERGRP do you see on each router? It's 2. 1, quite a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. So if the router know all the route in the network, then number of connected route and dynamic route should equal total number of LAN and WAN. This one suddenly got a lot already. How many LAN and WAN are in the topology? For me, is a summary. I will skip it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 5. Is it 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because summary is something, another thing they do summarization is also out of scope. A lot of things out of scope. So does the number match the number of C and D route so in the routing table? If I ignore the summarization, yes. If no, it's no. So never mind. Test the connectivity, you just ping it. Anyhow, we just try it. On R2 ping PC2. What is PC2 IP address? 1110. 1110. So R2 I just ping 192.168.11.10. Can I ping it? 80%. Then I say normally they need an ARP to start or any other thing or overhead to start. So on PC1 ping PC4. PC1 ping PC4. What is the IP address of PC4? It's there. 10.1.2.10. 10.1.2.10. Let's go for command prompt and ping it. Ping 10.1.2.10. So 0 time first thing okay. So okay done. So switch is not configured so you are not able to ping them. So done already this practical. Okay, so I stop the recording. Stop. But let's assume it's very easy then will be too obvious already. So we look at it. I already speed up the thing and then I just reset the thing anyhow. User profile. Where's my user profile? Okay. This is the problematic of this part. But anyhow, okay, I just trust you. Okay. Okay, I close this one. Option, user profile, okay, reset. And after reset already, did I miss something? Okay, reset, nothing. Okay, luckily. Okay. So actually the initial one, troubleshooting, whenever I see troubleshooting, I say, troubleshooting. Yeah. This is most of the network engineer job, the client job. In the real world, more complicated cable loose, cable damage, cable kena gigit tikus. Then after that, router overheat, PC overheat, port spoil, temperature too high. A lot of things but in packet tracer, everything will be more towards setting more towards setting Then how many setting? Quite a lot but not for this subject. Normally, unless you go for a few more subject then you have more setting to set like DHCP, like the HDLC, like trunk. Then after that, a lot of things there then OSCF, those things come in but now you have very few setting there then if you cannot connect, most probably the setting will be very easy still very easy Okay, so a lot of time most probably will be just IP setting the most and IP setting including the DNS IP setting, DNS server the IP of DNS server, the IP of the phone gateway, the IP of the device. So we just take a look first what is the question they want to ask But normally if you look at troubleshooting, I definitely will go for a look at this IP and I'm not sure about the real one when you have millions of computer, but definitely in the packet tracer, I will look at this thing and make sure everything is correct. Then a lot of time I will have 100% there, especially during this thing. But since this is a teaching purpose, let's go for the dumb way. Let's say how much we start. To verify documentation and isolate problem. Okay, same thing like same as troubleshooting. You do all the setting to make sure they are the same. This means they never. We follow the step. We follow the step. So verify all the documentation and also use all the tools like the show IP interface brief or even the IP config / all this thing. They have a lot of things like net set -r or the IP. I think it's route print, route print, or maybe the IP config /all. You all can try this thing to see what is the problem. To isolate the thing, same as the first. I think a few practical we do before. They're talking about the troubleshooting. Remember that a few weeks ago we have this thing. So anyhow, we continue with C. Then you verify already. Then most of you will know what's the issue. Then you give them a proper solution, a suitable solution based on the finding you find. Then you try to implement it to see whether you solve it or not. If solve already, you document the solution for others to learn. Can be a learning, can be a knowledge management thing. But after if they did not solve, if you did not solve right, then you need to undo the changes first. Because if you did not undo the changes, it will create additional problem. You undo the changes to original state. Then after that, you try another new solution. And you can try and error until you do it. But all the tools help you to narrow down the possibility. So when you see a problem, there are a lot of probability. Let's assume 1,000 possibility. Then after that, I use the traceroute and IP config and ping those things to rule out maybe 800 of it. So I only left 200. Then based on your experience and based on the frequent, especially the documentation of the frequent error that happening, then you can sort out which one you should try first. Then you try out maybe 4 to 5, you can get the solution based on the knowledge management in your documentation. So this is the way we're doing the thing. And also they have a more complicated thing like split half method, those things which totally not here. I think it's more like a problem solving skill that you want to know where is the problem solving. Like a split half method is like that. Let's assume we have a very complicated device, involve a lot of device. So most of it you say PC1 cannot ping to PC4. Let's assume we have 20 router there. So the split half method out of this scope. But anyhow, I just tell you, let's say they have a 20 router between them. That means PC1 want to reach PC4 need to go through 20 router. So better I will go to test whether PC1 can reach router 10 or not. So if they can reach router 10, then I definitely confirm that from PC1 to router 10 all are correct. So only from router 10 to PC4. Then after that, I will go to see whether PC1 can reach the router 15 or not. If they cannot reach router 15, then definitely I will know that between 10 and 15 is the problem. Then after that, I will check whether PC4 can reach 15 or not. If they can, then I almost confirm already it's between 10 and 15 router. This is split half method. You reduce the number of tests you need to do by splitting the thing into half. You don't need to know that. I think it's totally different. The outscope and it's in the problem solving skill mostly engineering subject. So I just share with you when we do the troubleshooting, not only on network engineer. So okay, they have throughout your CCNA study, you will encounter different description of the troubleshooting method, as well as all the different way to test. So this is intentional. So because there's no standard there. Even if you go for problem solving training, the one that very expert training like tricks, TI, XR tricks, I think tricks training. They also instill you some of the thing, tricks. Problem solving. TI, problem solving technique. They also introduce the different technique. If you go for, I think Six Sigma, they also have some different problem solving method. So using Six Sigma as a problem solving, they are different. So it's normal if they are different. So you just need to learn the general. We will do it a very, very general one. And here, a lot of time it goes for very dumb trial and error there. So they will tell you the effective troubleshooting skill involved the thing. First thing, you just rule out the thing. You come out all the possibility. Then after that, you rule out the possibility using all the tools like the IP config all, show IP interface brief. Those things you can see that. You can see the problem. Even show running config or show start config can help. Then you rule out, remove all the not possible already. Then you have a possible one, maybe still a lot. Then after you know that which one to check first. Need to detect first. Then after that, you go to documentation. That's why I tell you documentation very important. Which one is the frequent error? Frequent happen error. You test that first. Most of it, you will get a bingo there. So then after that, this is all the thing. Then after that, if they solve for the problem already, then done. You document it again. Then you add another, I would say add another frequency of this problem. But if you don't solve, you undo it. Please undo it. Then after test the second error, undo it. So instruction. So step one. So you look at the addressing table. You look at the addressing table and try to make sure everyone follow the right addressing table. Right addressing table. And if they have empty, you please fulfill it. Fulfill it. So that means calculate it or find out. So you see that. Do a switch need default gateway? I will say yes. Do a PC need default gateway? I will say definitely. Okay, so they are not there. So how are you going to know it? So most probably they say gateway issue. That's why you did not put default gateway or you put the wrong default gateway. So we look at it. I need a port description. I need a port description. Let's go for option. Then preference. I will need to show the port. I hope this is not as messy as this one. I click probably port. Okay. Close it. I have a port Z00 go to PC1 and PC2. So Z00 is this one. 10.1. So their IP address and also their IP address and subnet mask is all /24. Okay. So PC1 and 2 should be the default gateway should be 192.168.10.1. We go and check all the thing. We go and do the numbers way. R1 PC1 will be 1010. IP address already wrong. What is the? Is it PC1? Yep. IP address already wrong. Okay, since it's wrong, marks up 14. Then default gateway correct. So done. Okay, PC1 done. No issue. Then PC2, let's go for PC2. Did they have anything? PC2 10, 11, 255, 10, 1. Okay, no issue. I just see issue there. Okay, then we go for PC3 and PC4. You just check one by one. I normally check one by one. So 11, 10. Okay, 11, 1. Okay, not an issue. Then PC4, let's top 11, 11, 1, 1. This one also problem. 11, 1. Okay, so I think 42 already, but still, where is the problem? Or most probably they will tell you default gateway. Most probably it's the switch. I think the switch did not program for default gateway. But let's go for the EN terminal. Well, I have a brief VLAN. Did I say correctly? Correct. Subnet mask I cannot see here, but anyhow, let's assume it's correct until we start. So 10.2, this is S1. So they don't have a default gateway. So IP default gateway. Yeah, default gateway for S1 will be 192.168.10.1. Okay, 71% already. 71%. No, default gateway don't need no shard. Okay, so you go for S2. Most probably, I would think that after the S2, I set the default gateway already should be all done already. Should be all done already. Hey, am I still here? Am I still here? Am I still here? Or I already DC? You're still here. Okay. What is the issue there? Or config tab? I keep wanting to do this type of thing. Config tab. Where is the config tab? I just press enter. Okay, I can go here. CLI. Okay, yeah. Then configure terminal. So I think it's also the IP default gateway. Default gateway will be 192.168.11.1. S2 11.1. Okay, it's correct. So what is the thing? Maybe I better to show IP interface with I did not say VLAN. Sure. This one did not show VLAN. Okay. IP VLAN 1. I thought it's default gateway. Okay, so we set the VLAN 1 for that. IP address 192.168.11.2. 255.255.255.0. Remember the no shard. Remember the original shard. Okay, but I just put that make it a good habit also. So I have 100% mark already. So what they want me to try now? Nothing already. Then we just follow the thing. PC1 to PC2 fail. Why? Because address is wrong. I changed already. Okay. Then you verify can ping or not. Yes. Then PC1 to S1. PC1 to S1. PC1 to S1 should be no problem anyhow. I definitely successful because original also should be successful. Then PC1 to R1 is not successful because I think the S1 don't have the default gateway. But for this, I actually this is just an example. Normally we'll test a lot. Like PC1 to PC4. So PC4 IP address is what? Take a look. 11, 11. So I should use PC1 to PC4. Normally we test the farthest one, especially the remote one, but only one switch, one router, no remote. Okay, 192.168.11.11. So can we get that? Okay, can okay, can. So if we want to ping PC1, go to router, we can ping 192.168.10.1. This is our default router, and then the IP here is here, 10.1. Then any others, normally we will ping nothing much already because this is very simple mechanism. So we just make sure they can ping. So now already, okay. So okay, PC1 to PC2 also done already. I done already. And normally we will test the farthest one. Normally they will trace out the most issue. That's why the speed hub method is very important. Okay. So determine the appropriate solution for the problem. Definitely, I already done one thing only. Make sure everyone IP address is correct. Make sure every IP address is set inside, not missing, and make sure the default gateway is correct. Already solve all the problem. Normally the real troubleshooting won't be so easy. This one is a very easy one. I just do this 3-step already done already, and then after that I ensure that everything can ping already. So then you need to do the documentation and make sure it's solved. It definitely is solved already. And this one don't have a help desk. This one don't have the help desk because last time the problem solver is someone to detect some problem, ask you to solve it. So you need to make sure it's solved. And this packet tracer did not say anything. Did not say anything except the PC1 to PC2 one, which actually they already document for you. The other they don't tell you any issue. So that's means we actually no issue until the user tell us anyhow. So we verify everything done already, nothing happened. But if you do this before you check the address table, then most probably you will see some problem there. Then you can implement the solution. Okay, so 100% already, and the step is too simple. Maybe due to the layout is very straightforward, not complicated. So I just stop there with the video. This one close. So okay, let's assume you have one router that already password locked, so you cannot erase the command. You cannot everything also cannot do because you cannot go in there. You don't know the password. So you don't know the password. The very easiest way is actually physically go and turn off. Never mind, they want to turn off. Then turn off the thing. This one is not. Doesn't matter. Okay. So I have the password there, but anyhow, let's assume I don't have password. I will turn off the power. How to turn off the power? Definitely the physical equipment, you definitely can turn off the power. Don't tell me you cannot. Only in packet tracer, this one lock already cannot. So I use the manual reroll. Then inside there, actually you use control break. Control break. I hope every one of you have control break in your keyboard. Control is everyone have one, I think. Control C, control V, the control. The break, pause or break. Normally at the upper right of your keyboard. Do you see that? I want to ask Nathaniel, can you check your keyboard whether you have a break key or pause key?
Got
So I hope everyone got it, even in laptop. So you get a control break. Make sure you click inside here only just control break because even if the real equipment they don't have keyboard, they don't have monitor, definitely you use console cable to reach them. So they definitely will pop up like a window like this one, especially you are using Putty, the software, the Putty software that allow you to go into the console. This Putty software is a software that you can install to connect to the console. So if you click inside here, just control break, you will reach there. Roman is important. One doesn't matter because if you type anything, it becomes 2 1. It's nothing, not important there. It's just maybe it's Roman 2 or command 2. Roman, you see this Roman already. So Roman already, if you follow the video, they will ask you to config. Then inside actually got a lot of user interface to let you type something there. You see that? But this most probably in the packet tracer, this is the newest version. Then we need to type the code config 0x2142. What you mean by 0x2142? That means we will bypass the startup config. We won't load the startup config into the running config. config. This is the step. So you type in already, then automatic step 1, don't worry, you don't need to set, it's just reset. So he will bypass the startup config. You won't load the startup config into running config. So the running config definitely when you load, you'll be empty. The empty running config definitely is without any password. Then it's without password, you see that it's without password already. But if you do show the running config, yes, it's empty one. It's an empty one. But if you show the startup config, you did not delete the startup config. Password setting is still there. Okay, the password setting is still there. So if you reload again, there's if you did not change the code back to 0x2102, the one that in which I show in the here 0x2102, it will continue to bypass the startup config. So even you set a lot of things already, they still bypass. So you need to set it back one if you do that. So you don't have password already. If you just want to erase the setting, you can just erase the startup config here, and after that just reload. Erase the startup config there. Then after that you just reload the thing. Then you have a clean one. But this is a bug there. They still bypass startup config. So it's clean already without password already. But wherever you save as startup config, they don't care about it. They don't delete, they don't care. You need to set it back. After you erase the config already, you don't reload now. You don't reload now. You better go to configure terminal. You go to configure terminal. Then after that, you will need to configure again as CONF again the second time. Configure register 0x2102. Okay. Then I would assume that you also need to save it. You also need to save it. Then after that, you just reload. And now if you are with the startup config already, but I already delete the startup config, so it's still an empty one. Still an empty one. But if you set password now, let's say you set password now, then they will be valid. They will be valid. They will be valid then. So I would say enable password 123. Okay. Then exit one. Then save. Then reload. Now they have a password there. They have a password there. EN is password. This one control shift 6 and password. You need a 123. They have a password there. But if I change back the configure register with 0x2142, 2142. So they have password there. All right. I reload and see. They cannot reload here. Reload and see. No. Confirm. So do I have a password? No what? Notice that? Notice that? No password already. So I already tried several things. If you use the config register, you don't need to save because anyhow they are not saving in the startup config. The config register is actually saved on the other space, the config register. So if I want to change back to then read the password, they will change back to 2102. And actually don't need to save anyhow. I just immediately end and reload. So since I did not delete the startup config, I should have password when I type EN. You play around with this one. So when you reach there already, so the EN have password. Yeah, the password. So the 2102, let's go for the classroom. The 2102 means that did not bypass the startup config. They will wrote the startup config every time they reset the router, they check the modem. 2012, 2102, 0x. If you are using 2142, that means they won't load the startup config. They don't delete the startup config, they just don't load the startup config. So they allow you to reset the router, even if they are with password. You just need to manually, manually reload, because when you don't have the password, you cannot go to reset. You manually reload using the physical one. Either you just cut the power, electricity, or anything, you just decide yourself. Then after that, do the command pause or command break. You go to Roman. Then you just config 0x2142. Then after that, you just reset. Then you bypass it. Then you need to remember, after you do all the changes, all the erasing already, you need to change back to 0x2102. This is very important. Don't miss it. So now you have a clean one. You have a clean one already, then without any password. So this is a scenario that if you want to totally clean up all the thing, you only need to do this until here. You just erase the star config, and after that, you just erase the star config. And also you go to configure terminal, you do the configure register 0x2102, then done already. Just enter, and after you reset the thing, reload the thing, everything will be worked as last time already. Since you already erased the thing, then you just need to remember the VLAN also need to delete in the switch. Switch got another VLAN, but VLAN did not store password anyhow. So then after that, if you forget, you can do it later also. But they have another scenario that I don't want the password, but I want other thing. So you don't go for erase config, right? Just now I did not erase. The config. So what should I do first? First thing, you don't want the password, but you want all the settings. So the first thing you need to do actually is this one. Copy start up config to running config, because the running config is empty one. When we copy run start, we are saving. But we copy start to run now. It's different. The reverse one. You need to copy this one to the config. Then after that, you go to configure terminal. Then you change the password. Enable password. Better put a secret one, because secret a lot of time override the password. Then you can change to 456 now. Then the password becomes 456 already. Then you also need to go to line console and change their password. Then password change to 456 also, different password. Then you already change all the password already. And also better do the line console VTY also. Line VTY 050. VTY 0 to 15. Then you set the password also for 456 also. And then here you notice that I did not put the login. Why? Because I assume that they already set the password, already set the login there. Like if they already original have password, definitely they have a login there already. You just change the password only. And then we'll show run running config. And this is all encrypted. Or they are not encrypted, you can see that. If they're encrypted, you cannot see one. So it's still a piece of junk. Then don't forget to save. Don't forget to save. Then do I change to the 20 config register 0x2102? Okay, just submit. And this one don't need to save. I can end, and I can reload, and all the password will become the 456. No longer the old password 123. So if you just want to erase, very simple. A few steps only. If you want to change password only because you don't know the password, but the other setting you still want to maintain there, remember one step. Copy startup config to running config after you put the 0x2102. Then anyhow, anything you do after you do all the setting already, save the startup config already, don't forget to put back the 0x2102 to back to normal. This one is the one that we password of 234. No, 456. Okay, 456. The one that I changed password already. Then I already set the VTY password and also the enable password. Then most probably I already set all three password. Then I don't have a line console password. Never mind, I set it now. Okay. So line console 0. The password I also do 456. Get a login. Then I exit. I think end. Exit. Okay. 456. FCN number 456. Okay, so this router is done already. Then I get this IP address G001 is oh, this is empty one without any IP address one. So I will get IP address there. Configure terminal interface G01. I put a IP address 192.168.11.1. 168.11.1. 255.255.255.0. Full shot. Okay, I make sure it's there. And this one I also okay, I said just now for S1. Doesn't matter. Let's go for whether I can go for telnet. I can go for telnet 192.168.11.1. Telnet, not SSH. Connect. Okay, the password will be 456 23 456. Okay, 456. And 456. So I reach here. Without the. This is something extra lah. I can use PC4 to set up the G01 if I have set up the BTY. I have set up the BTY password. So that I can use Telnet to do all the setting there for the router 1. Actually, I can try and get configured terminal host router 1. I change the name to router 1. Then actually I can also click inside here this CLI. I just press enter. You see the name already changed to router 1. So this means we can use Telnet and SSH to set up the thing. Go through the normal data cable. If you set up the round VTY, the live VTY, this is something extra also. I put there also only for knowledge only. Extra only.